Hey guys, so a little while ago I did a video basically saying meal plans are not such a great thing. I mean, I personally would give them out, but I'm going to basically just discuss the benefits of where meal plans can come in really well. So for elite level athletes, meal plans are perfect because they give you foods which are really well balanced and satiated. So obviously it's just about calories in versus calories out. So tracking is completely fine. Um, but to actually stick to the calories within your tracking, well, while you're tracking, the meal plans are gonna make it easier. Plus, if you're following a meal plan, then of course there's no need to actually track because someone's already tracked for you, really. So they've already done the tracking, they've already calculated your calories and macros for you. Um, so it does remove the need to think. So yeah, the thing is, the meal plan will provide you with meals which are going to be satiating. They're going to be probably pretty healthy, probably fairly tasty as well. So it does work for a lot of people. Just the thing that I have an issue with, it's not that it's not. It is very effective as well because you follow it. You guaranteed food wise to get the results. So all that you really need to do is prepare the meals and do the training, and better still, if you have a meal prep service, you don't even have to prep the meals. So yeah, it's kind of like guaranteed results. So it's ideal for things like physique competitors and that kind of thing. Now, the thing about it is most people, fitness is just a part of their life. It's very important because obviously, um, if you neglect your fitness, your health goes down. Your health goes down. The quality of your life goes down. The quality of what you can offer other people goes right down as well. So, but you have to recognize when it comes down to fitness, guys, there's an optimal point, and you have basically two extremes on the spectrum. You have people who don't do enough, they don't train, they don't care about what they eat, they don't track what they eat, and they're very overweight as well. Okay, and then you've got the fitness fanatic who generally they were at one point the person mentioned first time, very, very overweight, not tracking, not doing anything, not training barely. And then they, for some reason, had some kind of thing which prompted them to get into fitness, had some great results, sorted themselves out, but went way too far in the opposite direction. Okay. And they end up like becoming maybe sometimes a PT or maybe a physique competitor sometimes, there's nothing wrong with that, but you have to recognize that that kind of world is kind of not always where most people will be comfortable, to be absolutely honest with you. And it has got a lot of drawbacks. Like you can get socially isolated because, you can't do everyday things because your whole life revolves around either working out or meal prepping or getting to bed by a certain time or planning for your next lift. So you have to kind of like have a bit of a fitness life balance. The way to do that, in my opinion, it's very simple. So yeah, prep your meals, get to bed on time, but try and build in a bit of flexibility in there. Chill out a bit, but keep on top of your workouts, keep on top of your tracking. But I think really it's better to track and to eat flexibly, and occasionally if you do eat a bit more food, it's not the end of the world. It's just as long as you track it, so you're aware of it. So you've had a bit of a high calorie day, sometimes a slightly high calorie day here and there, it's not necessarily a bad thing, especially if you're one of these people who's always tracking every single thing you eat. You're very active. Some of the best workouts I've had have been the day following a takeaway. So like the night before, I'll have like a takeaway. All the carbs, all the salt will be in my system, but because I've got a good amount of muscle there, it's just sitting in the form of glycogen. It's just fuel ready to be used, and the muscles look absolutely fantastic. To be honest with you, it's great, and you feel energized, and your body responds really positively because it's. Whereas if you're stuffing yourself the whole time, you know what I mean, you're not really sensitized to the food. Whereas if you do a bit of restriction, it's actually quite good. because like when you do get the food, then you know your body immediately recognizes the uplifting energy. It uses it really well. Um, that's what I want to say. But yeah, there is a use for them. I suppose if you're looking at like going from like a certain size to a certain size by an event, so you shoot it for a certain event, but it's just kind of transitioning from. I mean, to be honest with you, to some degree, when I started my own fitness journey, I didn't follow like a meal plan, but I followed a fitness influencer's cookbook, and that did help me lose quite a lot of fat because just I wasn't tracking, but simply using the recipes he was putting in there. For a start, I couldn't just reach for anything from the cupboard. I had to go through the preparation process, which burned calories. It took time. It took thinking, and all the meals were lowering calories. And then when I started tracking, man, I dropped a lot of body fat just by tracking. But it's truly eye opening. But there has to be some kind of like balance in there, so you still maintain some kind of normalcy as well. It's super important, guys, to maintain some normalcy, or else you end up kind of going back the opposite direction again. You know what I mean? You kind of want to just keep things in balance. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, physique competitors who get down to really shredded levels of body fat, or maybe they're trying to bulk, put on some body fat and like gain some muscle at the same time. Because that's a strategy you can try, and you know, if you want to put on some muscle as a priority, a bit of a calorie surplus is going to be needed. You don't need a huge surplus, but you need some. So it can work. It can work. It's just like, what do you do when it's like date night? Okay. And you're in like Nando's. Okay. What are you going to do? DM your coach and go, oh, hi, I'm in Nando's. Could you study the menu for me, please? And select the best option that's going to cause the least damage. Oh, drinks as well. And I want a dessert. He's just going to say, what? How dare you go to Nando's? Or start again tomorrow. Alright, so that's my thoughts about meal plans. So just to keep it wrapped up, they are beneficial if you are planning for a certain event, or maybe like a bodybuilding show, or maybe if you are one of these structured people. Okay, but you know, that's the thing. Or maybe if you just want some inspiration for food, you know, because you're not sure, it's sometimes good to get like a third party to kind of give you some ideas, I guess. Because we sort of eat in patterns. Like I go through different phases with my eating. Like at the moment, I've got a really sweet tooth. I'm just going for like high protein desserts. It seems every single night, I'm eating similar food. I'm eating like a protein mousse with a couple of protein waffles. Or maybe sometimes if I want to have a bit more carbohydrates in my system because I've got a lift in the morning, I'll eat like some cereal, some porridge, basically, some high protein porridge. So this is like sweet raspberry flavor, so I'm eating like sweet tooth stuff kind of thing. So yeah,